I think that immigration is something that, of course, is a very heated issue right now. And before I entered the administration, as an economist at the American Enterprise Institute, I, of course, wrote lots and lots of things. And one of the things that I wrote a long time ago was an article about immigration in the U.S. And I was just analyzing the share of the workforce that is immigrants, both legal and illegal in the U.S. compared to other countries. And the thing that I found sort of fascinating, which I think is thought-provoking for the kind of thinkers that listen to Takeout, or the Takeout, I guess, excuse me, is that the share of the labor force of the U.S. that is immigrants, legal and illegal, is about the lowest share of any developed country. Like, we're right down there with Japan and France in terms of not having a lot of immigration. And yet immigration is this incredibly contentious issue.
Right.
And so we're doing something really wrong.
Right.
I mean,
most Americans would not believe that, or be skeptical of that.
But if you look at it as a share, and I'm not saying there aren't really big problems, and the president talks about it, but I think that there's clearly a border security issue that we've not managed well that has had a big impact on people's attitudes towards immigration.
And impressions of this issue, but the economics tell us that as a share of the overall employment
it's the kind
population,
of thing, when people
near the bottom.
That's right. And when people think about how broken our democracy at times feels, then if you start with the presumption that, well, sure, we have an immigration problem, and sure, we have a border security problem, and people responded very much to the president's calls to secure the border, and the fact that we have a relatively small share of immigrants in our society compared to other countries, and we can't get our politicians to work it out, is why voters are frustrated.